Hello, hello, hello. I'm probably 30 seconds late. Yeah, I know you're all waiting for me. That happens in college classes where you walk in 2 minutes late and everybody's saying, "Where were you?" I don't think it's happening now. This is what I'm working on today. I have finished the book. It is in the can. I've got to put word balloons and everything like that on about 10 pages, but that's not that difficult. They're going to be done pretty easily. The hard part's over. 144 pages. I got 4 pages I'm going to do. Nobody's going to see until the print version comes out. That's my epilogue. And so that's just the way it is because I only give the whole store away. So in the next, if you can take a look there, I'm going to put this down here. Kickstarter campaign target date November 12th. I'll just put that up there, and whoever's watching might take a look and see. Okay, about November 12th. I've been struggling with this for a while, but I think I just had to get the book done. A lot of people do a Kickstarter campaign and then they finish the book. But I just have so many things going on. I had construction at the house, putting on hurricane shutters, redoing one of the a part of the roof. Geez. So now it's over, and I can. I don't have hammers and I've got the book done. So now the next month I'm going to work on reward prints. I've got this that I'm going to do. And then I've got all types of stuff planned, real cool stuff that I'm going to design. I'm going to design T-shirts, reward prints, all types of stuff that you can do. Just stickers. People for some reason people like stickers, decals. Maybe I can figure out decals and stuff like that, so you can have Blue Boy Brown comics on your on the back windshield of your car or something like that. All types of stuff, especially things that don't weigh too much. It's important when you're putting all these things together. If you have send off a package that the postage isn't so bad that you ruin the economics of the whole thing, which people have done. So that's one of the things that I'm going to try and do is just keep the weight of all the extras down. Subscribe to my newsletter. It's I put it the newsletter. I'm gonna stop that. Anyway, the newsletter's right there. I'll put it in the comments section, I think. HTTPS Blue Boy Brown.com newsletter. I did the whole thing in caps, something like that. Not shouting. I even posted my old high school age. This is all going on. I haven't seen those guys in ages, but dang. So this is what I'm doing today. So I'm going to be drawing on it and coloring it. That's what I'm going to be doing. drawing on it and coloring it. And so let me see if I can get this thing to fit on screen. Yeah, fit the dang thing on the screen, and then get rid of mine. Okay, now you can actually see the dang thing. I might want to move it up. Well, maybe I just get rid of the banner. Since in the comments section, I have all the information you need to know that we're going to have a Kickstarter campaign in about a month. And I struggle with when to start this because there's all types of things going on in November, Thanksgiving, the election, all types of stuff. So the 12th seems to be a pretty good time, and it doesn't squeeze me so bad that I can't figure out how to do it. It also gives me a chance to create all these rewards. And I'm going to create some posters and prints and stuff like that I think people are going to like. I've run this kind of stuff past old friends who are like really big in the illustration field, and they love it. So I've been back in the comics field for about 10 months or so, which is not a long time since I've been gone 40-something years, and it'll take a while for anybody to even notice. The field is just really saturated. And maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing for individuals. And but I think my comic is different than anybody else's. Everybody else is doing superheroes and zombies and all that stuff, and what it's like to be a teenager and stuff. Mine is about this family, and it will span 150 years. It will take into account real history, real things that have happened, but do it in a historical drama way. And we'll deal with real evil, not supposed evil, no space aliens, no vampires. Those things don't exist. The things that I'm going to be chronicling do exist, and they do impact incredible numbers of lives, and have, and will. And those things I am an implacable enemy of, and just get used to it, guys. I'm not out there, protesting in the streets or anything. I'm 67 years old. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't do it. I'm way too old to do anything anymore, except sit here and anyway, I'm doing my part. I'm teaching college. I'm equipping young people with the means to be able to have a better life. And what more can you do? That actually does make a difference. People have a way to make a living, make their way in the world, becomes a better world, a more peaceful world. People are happier. It doesn't perfect the world. It's impossible. Too many variables. People who think they're going to perfect the world and make the world into a paradise, they're nuts. It's beyond human capabilities. You can make a better world. Same as the kid who threw the starfish into the ocean. And there are millions of starfish, or thousands and thousands of starfish on the beach. And he was told that what he was doing was useless. It's not going to make any difference. And he picked up the starfish, threw it into the ocean, said it made a difference for that starfish, didn't it? That's all you can do. Enough of us did that. Just simple acts of kindness and teaching young people how to get along in the world. Man, we would have a much better world, a much quicker by simply teaching young people who, guys, no shame on any young person that they haven't lived very long. I've been there. I've done that. I was young, didn't know a thing about life, and nobody was telling me. And I had to learn it on my own. And if I just had mentors, I mostly was like Pinocchio, leaving the house and running into those actors. And it took a while for me to figure out how to um, get myself away from crazy people. You just meet so many crazy people in this world. But that's one of the great things about being a teacher is that you actually do get to make a difference in a lot of people's lives. I was kind of worried about becoming a teacher when it happened. I had not envisioned being a teacher. It was not what I had planned to do. But my old buddy Rick Barry told me it's a noble profession, bud. That kind of helped me out. And then that was real early. I really hadn't thought about it too much. I just got this job teaching, and it was a difficult job. That's what it was. It's teaching is difficult, guys. It is, especially on the secondary level. These kids, through no fault of their own, are children. The children. What are you gonna do? It's not their fault. They're children. I was a child. I was a difficult kid. I'm sure that Mrs. Thompson, Mrs. Foltz, and Mr. Bird, and everything like that. They said, "Okay, well, I guess this kid just, you know, behave himself." So, what goes around comes around. This is, it's like when kids were like that with me when I was teaching. I would say, I don't need to do anything to you. Uh, Life's going to throw you a curveball. You're going to become a parent, and you're going to know exactly what I'm going through. And it's happened. I've met so many kids along the way who said, "Miss Taylor, you're right. Boy, I tell you, this is tough. Wouldn't trade it for anything, but it's tough." So the things are going to be happening in this series of books. I'm glad I waited so many years to get back into comics, and I was doing other things and really learning about life. I spent How many years did I do that? Starting in 1981, all the way to 1987 when I left for grad school. I took care of invalids. The summer, I would take the summer off because I just needed extra money. I don't know why I did it sometimes. And I would sell ice cream because at the beginning of the ice cream season, you can make a lot more money than you could taking care of invalids. So I would take the summer off and I would sell ice cream for like 12 hours a day. I could do that at the time. I was young. Couldn't do it now, not in a million years. But I learned a heck of a lot about life. I learned a heck of a lot about people just by taking care of people who were in horrible shape. Which, hey, helps you as a writer too. Along the way, I was studying. I eventually studied with a major drama scholar, Rolf Bieldi of Pratt Institute. Man, I tell you, I owe a lot to that guy. And all of you guys who went to Pratt, you know what I'm talking about, especially around that time. He's passed on to the other world, and I pray for him every day. Um, but if you took Fieldi, you know that he was just a genius of a teacher too, which is a great, wonderful thing. A guy who has such patience with his students. And I was in a classroom where there was at least one guy who was just so obnoxious, was just insulting everybody, and he just kind of kept everything cool and strange. Strange to the guy who would act like he was still in high school or something. We were all in graduate school, I think. I think he was in graduate school, but Yeldy was just an amazing person. I think he was the most influential person on me in all grad school. Strangely enough, he wasn't a visual artist. He was just an amazing scholar and the best interpreter, best translator of Ibsen in English because he spoke Norwegian. He was Norwegian American. His grandfather knew Ibsen. They were friends. So throughout, he knew, and of course, he knew his grandfather, and so that's probably where he got his love of Ibsen. And his major prose plays, which I have on my bookshelf, and I have had for the last 30 something years, is just a treasure of playwriting. And then he also gave me insights into Shakespeare and Greek drama. Oh man. And that had really informed how I write things, which I don't go after just bam, bam, fight scenes all the time. There's got to be character development, the whole 9 yards. You got to have everything going on so it becomes a real piece of fiction. It takes a while to build up. You got to mix drama and humor and all types of stuff to it. So I'm very, very grateful to Fieldi. I do hope that he's doing well in where he landed up, which I'm sure is a good place. So here I'm just kind of drawing in. This started out as about a 13 by 19. Let me see. Let me change the size of this thing. I'm gonna. I got it at 13 by 19, but I really it was 11.25 by. No, I want it to be 17.125. inches, and it'll be okay. Yeah. And let's see. And so I can I'm going to crop off a tiny bit of this. It's 11 and a half. Yeah, and then cropped off a tiny bit here. There. That way, you have full bleed on the print. I want to have full bleed on the print. So it's, just barely over 11 and a little barely over 17. So it should work out real nice. Okay. So but I also suspect, let me just lay all my cards on the table. I'm doing these little videos here, which I've done since May, in the just in case Dale Luciano was right. And what is going on here is this guy that he thought was a major talent has grown up far beyond where he was when Luciano thought he was possibly a big deal. And if that's true, I'm not saying it is, but if it's true, I'm creating a record, historical record of all this stuff, and that's a cool thing to do because I'm not getting any money out of this. It's not like somebody's paying me to do these little broadcasts. I'm spending money to StreamYard to do it. It doesn't cost that much, less than $1 a day. And a lot of this is the detail in this is gonna actually be color. I like to let color take over a lot. That's why I keep a lot of this is just open line. And not even this here a little bit. I've done that, and maybe I'll do a little bit here because because it's a watercolor brush. Unless you apply it several times, you don't get um, a deep black until you really go after it. So I'm only doing these Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from now on. That way on Tuesday and Thursday, I think I'm gonna gonna write on my blog and stuff like that, and also be sketching and doing preliminary work so that I can have more stuff ready. I did that a lot before I started doing all this. I spent a long time doing preps drawings in my sketchbook and then transferring them to Bristolboard, and then that whole process. And then in finishing this all up, it was good to do it with these live streams because it actually spurred me on to actually get the work done. It would be easy just to early on in like February, I took on a web design project for a friend of mine who needed a redesign of his web thing. It took a long time. It was a real complex redesign, and it threw me off. I actually missed a week of putting things up on my website, and so I want to do that again. That's why these little broadcasts are good, because they spur me on to keep on my schedule. I'm actually getting work done right now. I love this little watercolor brush that some guy named Kyle invented. There's all types of watercolor brushes that are out there, but this comes with Photoshop, so and Creative Cloud, so I'm just using them. As long as you get this kind of effect from a brush, or you don't need anything too fancy. Reminds me of Frazetta. Somebody asked him what kind of brushes he used. He must use the most expensive stuff. He just brought all these ratty-haired things. He said, "This is what I use." He says, "But your work's so beautiful." He says, "It's not the brush." So whatever works, whatever does the job, use that. I can't imagine not being an artist. Boy, I've been doing this since Eisenhower was in the White House. I started in August of 1959, and I remember it very well. I was living on a little farm outside of Mary's Home, Missouri. I've gone back there since I was when I became an adult, and took a lot of photographs of the farm we lived on. The house had burnt down like 20 years before. In the middle of the winter, the furnace that was in the basement blew up, burnt the whole house down, which is really sad because I had some real good times there. But I talked to the people who lived there. They said, "Oh, we remember you. Yeah, we bought the people that your parents sold the farm to." So I guess it's good that we sold the farm, because 10 years. Let me see. This is 1980s. So 10 years after that, probably the boiler would have blown up, and we'd have been out of a house. And they had a mobile home on there now then, and poor guys. Somebody to clean out. You have to take care of furnaces like that, and boilers and stuff like that that use I don't know what they use to do that. What do you use for kind of stuff out in the middle of nowhere? Maybe it was electric. I don't know. That was that's why Eisenhower's is still in office. Dang, a long time ago. It's 61 years ago. Okay, let me see. A little bit of cleaning up here and there, little stray marks that come from drawing in pencil. This whole thing is mechanical pencil drawing. I don't ink because I need to cut down my production time. has to speed up. So just using a very decisive, emphatic pencil line that you can digitize and turn into what appears to be an ink drawing really cuts down on the production time, because inking takes a while. If you've already done the pencils, and I don't want to spend years on to get up to this speed where I could add all my comic book chops back. Took me a while. Early part of the book, I'm going to do some rewriting and redrawing, mostly redrawing certain parts. I've got plenty of time to do that too. This first book's going to be in about 5 installments. This first book will be about 28 or 32 pages plus covers. And then every book will be about, 30 pages or so. About 5 of those, that'll be about 148, 150 pages if I add a couple of pages, which is possible. And then I'll maybe produce a collected version, I do this for 9 books. That'll be about 45 comics that come out in this series, which is a trilogy of trilogies, but I'm breaking it up same way that like Tolkien broke up a one complete book. That's what actually Lord of the Rings was. It was a complete book that he broke up into a trilogy. It wasn't really a trilogy. Wonder what that is. Let me get rid of that. Right there. Okay. Eventually, I'll probably have to get a digital display tablet. Right now, on this computer, I've got this thing here. It's a filter. I've got a yellow filter on it right now. I'm not working in color right now, so I'm making sure my eyes don't get strained by the blue light that is emitted by computer displays. When I have to do color, well, then I'll change over to the regular unfiltered light. If you don't do it for too long, you'll be okay. Boo, 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 boo. So I'm having this is the most fun I've had in a long time since I took up probably since I took up printmaking again after all those years because printmaking, classical printmaking, is extremely toxic. All that nitric acid, all uh, that stuff that is floating in your eyes and all that stuff, which caused my printmaking professor to go blind. He got macular degeneration. I decided I didn't want that, so I finally came back to printmaking, which I'll return to eventually once I get all this done and I have a handle on it. I've got something called La Suite Jésus, which is my answer to Picasso's Bollard Suite. Uh, and I took a break for a while. I got 15 of them done. And unlike Bollard, I spent a little more time on, unlike Picasso, I spent a little more time on my prints than he did. He looked like he did some of these things in a day or two. Not some of them were just really gorgeous, but some of them he just knocked off because he was doing it as payment for a Cezanne. He wanted to. Ambroise Vollard had a Cezanne that Picasso wanted, but the things were pretty expensive. And even for a guy who was Picasso's means, they weren't unlimited. And you want to spend that much money on one painting. So he made a deal with Vollard that he would do him a suite of etchings, 100 etchings, in exchange for that Cezanne. So some of those things he whipped off in like 15 minutes. Other things he took a lot of time doing because you get into an image, you just say, hey, I think I can do that. I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. And so when I got back into etching, I love the Vollard Suite. I just absolutely love the Vollard Suite. It's just a wonderful set of etching. I said, I'm going to do my answer to that. Because Picasso did his answer to Las Meninas by Velázquez. And I guarantee you that Picasso is not on Velázquez level. He's not. Velázquez is a superb painter, just on the level of a Titian. And as good as Picasso was, he's not on that level. He's a good painter, really good painter. Much better draftsman than he is painter. But if Picasso can say, okay, I'm putting my hat in the ring and gonna play around with a master like Velázquez, well, so can I. Not that anybody's gonna ever give a hoot, but I don't care. It's not my problem. I'm not living my life for people, beat my door down and say, "Oh, I must have an interview with you." Yeah, it's not going to happen. I'm too old. Even this little thing I'm doing here never gains traction by the time it does. I may not even be here. Who cares? Art is done for the very pleasure of being an artist. Just the sheer pleasure of making images. When I write little stories, I got a bunch of stories that after this comes out, I had thought about doing a little fiction magazine while I was doing this, but when I started formatting it, getting it ready for printing, it was just too much activity while I was doing this. It was going to distract me from this, and so I decided to hold off till I get this finished. So sooner or later, I'll come out with something like that, but not just yet. There's no audience for it right now, anyway. What's the point? Move this over a little bit. Yep, I figure out what the heck's over there in the corner. With a display tablet, I'll get a whole lot a steadier line, I think, because it's right there. I can just go zip. It won't be something I'm doing on another surface. One of the major problems of working with these little Wacom tablets is it is difficult to get a really nice clean line. I'll figure it out sooner or later. Okie doke. And I probably clean this up too. I'll just erase that part. Yeah. Oh, not the old hand. Do 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 do. This kind of line quality and everything. I am not on his level, but I got it all from Rembrandt. I love that guy so much. Boy, and who doesn't? Who doesn't love Rembrandt? I love him for his, actually love him more for his etchings than anything else. His etchings blow my mind. As my old printmaking teacher always says, it's not drawing, it's etching, but it informs everything I do in drawing. along with a few other guys. I have to admit, Picasso and Matisse had a big effect on me too. Leonardo da Vinci and the way I have to love him. He's a lefty like me. I got a bunch of stuff going on over here I need to work on. There's a little film, maybe a Nova film, on a lost Leonardo. That a guy bought for like $20,000, $21,000 in a gallery in New York City. Everybody thought it was a 19th century German thing. He looked at it and says, "I'm not sure that's what that is," and so he bought it. He just said, "Okay, $21,000, I'll take it." Wrapped it up in a grocery bag and took it home, which I've done. I bought some paintings in New York and they put it in a grocery bag. In a grocery bag, and you just took it home. And he took it back to Paris, where he lives, and his friends would look at it and says, "You sure this thing is German? Because it sure does look Italian to me. It looks like it might be by somebody much better than some obscure German copyist." And then they started thinking, could this be by Leonardo da Vinci? Because it has little quirks in it. The way that a left-hander does hatching and cross-hatching. Some of the things, the hairstyle and everything like that. They eventually got the idea that this was a lost Leonardo. They gave a pretty good case for it, including finding the book that it is a drawing in a very strange style, which would be keeping with Leonardo's way of doing things. And they found the book that it came from, which was a commemoration of the wedding of the illegitimate child of the Sforza, who the Duke of Milan, that Da Vinci worked for at the time. And they found where the drawing had been cut out of this book, which happened to be in Poland. And it ended up in Poland as part of the possessions of a woman who had married into a Polish royal family or aristocratic family. And they found the dang thing. Now, in the meantime, since this documentary came out, there's been all types of controversy saying it was a fake and everything. How do you fake that book in Poland? So that's a good one for you. How do you fake the book in Poland? You can fake it and everything like that and say, I did it and everything. How'd you get it out of that book in Poland? What's this look like right now? Fit on screen. It's coming along. Since I don't have to publish these things anytime soon. I'm going to take my time on these, really turn them into something. I thought I saw something bothered me. Yeah. Anyway, okay, still like that. Yeah. Well, maybe I'll just keep it up like this. Love this little dodge tool. You don't have to erase or anything like that. You just do that. Boom, it's gone. There's my little left-handers hatching. Which left-handers do. We go from, upper left to lower right. Sometimes do a little bit different, but what was that? Huh. Okay, you go on screen. Maybe I can move that over a little bit, yeah. Then I can still get on screen, good. A little bit of a shadow for little boy here. Dee. Yeah, I need to clean up this line here. It needs to be smooth. Can't be all confused. Just a little better. La, 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 la. Okay, this little boy's starting to come along. Hmm. Probably should clean a little bit of these little spots up. Probably come from the paper. I did this on a big piece of etching paper. Probably had a little schmutzig all over it when I scanned it. Scanned the whole thing at 600 dots per inch, which is a good thing to do. Blow it up in pretty decent size. This could be 11 by 17. I would probably printed by an art print house. Which will give me better results than just doing it on an inkjet printer here. Man, I've only been doing this an hour. Ooh. Boy. Yeah, what's going on over here? Let me see. Quiet down this part right here just by making it a little, giving it more of a deeper value. Will actually quiet it down a bit. Okay. Ooh, just noticed that. Over here, the boy's leg needs to be cleaned up a bit. You'll notice everything right at the beginning. Okay, view, fit on screen. What's it look like now? Boo, 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 boo. Work a little bit on this fall. Wonderful thing about this classical way of drawing is once you get the contour drawing done, you use hatching to create the modeling and a sense of volume, and it just becomes it's just a really wise way that the old masters devised of doing drawings. Just works so beautifully. So that you get a certain density in certain areas, and then you leave other areas, just kind of leave it alone, let them breathe, so that you get this beautiful sense of, breathing. The drawing starts to breathe. Do. Okay. Now, probably should in on a little bit of this. Ooh, could probably do away with that little thing right there. Yeah, right. Do that there too. Let's move up the top of that hat. You don't want it too smooth. I remember to do that. No, I didn't. Okay, I better do that now. Okay. Every time I do that, going on to another screen, I have to adjust this thing. And bring it. Yeah, it's better. Okay. Do. Okay, play about that. Foles, beginning of a main. Lighten that up a bit. Play around with that. Whew. A little bit over here. Do. Okay, what's that look like? Okay. Ooh, do 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 do. Whoa, right here. Yeah, burn it. Yeah, burn it. I don't like these things. Uh, there. There. Leave that alone. Okay. And layers, 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 layers. Where's my layers? Paths adjustments. Window. Layers. Okay. Just want to make sure I was on the correct layer. Okay. Now it was down here. Okay, do. Okay, now. I see a few little accent lines that will establish where these forms are in space in relation to the other areas around them, which I usually do with the contour. Old drawing teacher is retired and lives up in Jupiter, and he's a friend of mine on Facebook. I'm going to send this to him. He would enjoy seeing this. I had several drawing teachers. Susie Ettinger. I should send this to her also. If she's still around, she was my drawing teacher 49 years ago. 49, was it 49 or was this? Yeah, 48 years ago. 48 years ago, and she had gray hair then, so I wonder how she's doing. Let me look her up real quick. Not like I'm burning down the house here. People saying, Mr. Taylor, Mr. Taylor. Akina Ronnie, he's always nice to me. Thank you, Akina. Let me see. Let me look here on. Well, where's the home page? Okay, view. Do. Die. I don't have a home. I'm changing my browser. Maybe this is it. Nope. With that, nope. Okay, how about new tab? I'll just get rid of this one. Yep. That's strange. Huh. You think we can have, well, okay. Let me look her up. Okay. There she is. There she is, Susie Steinitz Ettinger. Love that woman. Yeah. Let me see. Okay. Jimmy Cricket. She died in 2016. Yeah. I loved her. She had a long life, born in 1922. So when I met her, she was just 50 years old. Oh, she was living in Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah. She's a wonderful person. Awfully good teacher. Well, this happens. Oh, not there. Yeah, don't make me cry. Okay. Shoot. Yeah, at least she lived to be, what, 94? That's a good long life, and she deserved it. She's an absolutely wonderful person. All the people that I know here on Facebook who knew her, because a lot of my friends on Facebook are old Missouri State alums, knew her and know what a fine person she was. Oh, but boy, I'm getting to the point where I think I need to start working on color. But I know Hugh's still around because I still occasionally on Facebook, so I'll send him a. Okay. I'll send a little screenshot to him for that. He does big drawings of still life, so probably not the illustration that much, but so now I'm gonna save this. And then I need to open up a recent piece that has, yeah. There's a recent piece that has, where's the watercolor? Oh, I need the watercolor on it. And then I'm going to paste that on it. And then I'll you don't mind, do you? Huh, that's strange. That's not, there, finally. Let me see. 90 degrees, guys. Okay. Now, what I have to do is to bring it up right here and then size it correctly. Okay. So, now I have to get rid of the. Okay. Now I got rid of. Wow. That's the way it is. Had to get rid of. That. Okay. Have to bring it over here a bit. Then lock it. All right. Okay, now I got it locked. So now it looks like watercolor. Well, this will be fun. So I'm going to start with the easiest things. First, I got to do usually do it this way. Color. Tone. Multiply. And shadow. And make this also multiply. Okay. So tone is. Oops. Boo boo. This is a grayscale. Yep. Don't merge. I know. Okay. Now, turn into color. Okay. Okay. So now I have to start working on the tonal variations that I want. Play around with these as I go along. Okay, I'm going to play around with this like this. Hear that roar? Get rid of that in November. November will get rid of that. Took that long for the dadgum washer to actually arrive. Oh well. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. To Rick and Sheila Berry, happy anniversary, 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 happy anniversary. Several days ago, but hey, better late than never. I actually did put a like on their page. Didn't say anything particular. And I am. Marriage is a wonderful thing. Okay, now. What kind of color is this mare going to be? Okay, got to be in the color area. Let's try that color. Okay, now fill the rest of it in. I'm not going to use the the bucket tool, because it usually darkens the value instead of making it just consistent. I'll leave that alone for a while. So I'll just do this. And eventually I'll use my smudge tool to give me those little watercolor effects that I like. Okay. We got this down here. You can always erase wherever it goes over the edges of a line. Simple to do. Like these places here, easy to erase. Yeah, look what I did. That can be fixed too. Okay. Okay, this is how you fix it. Just a little this, and you got it. Okay. That's just a base color. Gives you something to play with. Now let's try the foal. By the way, I was playing around with this color, but has 19. Ooh, I don't like that. Okay, then how can I fix that? Okay, 15. No. 4, 55, 5. Needs a little more yellow. Oh, it needs less yellow. So it needs more magenta. Let me see, I got 55, make it 60. And less cyan. This is 44, make it 40. Now it probably needs a little more. I need, okay, little, yeah, we know. Dang. Okay, back to square one. Okay, about 65, 44, 55. Okay, that's now we just bring this down to 35. 54, 55. Okay, getting closer. Okay, 66. Nope. 60. And let me try 48. Then 58. 65. 70. Okay, how about 60? Has to be lighter, so 45. 42. Getting off dang close. Looks like that I found it. Got any? Okay, better. It's a little darker than I wanted it to be. Huh. Oh well. Does appear to be the same dang color. That's not what I want to do. What I do is to erase that color, erase those colors, erase those colors, erase those colors, erase those colors, erase that color, erase that color, erase those colors, erase those colors. Erase those colors. Okay, now go back to what I was doing without any black in it. I'm real adamant about that. No black. Black just muddies up your colors and you pay for it in the long run. Black should only be used for real spot areas and line. Rest you can make out of color. Just as you can see, I got awfully dadgum close to that color just by using pure color, and then I'm not going to muddy up my color. Okay, go over this again. I'm glad I thought of that. I hadn't made the mistake of not looking at my color swatch and see whether or not I had any black in it. And black will always mess with you, and it's not a color. The value creates shades, white creates tints, but they're not colors. I can erase these parts that are overlapping fairly easily. Then I have that base color done. Oh boy. Okay, now do what I said I was going to do. Now, so now we go up here. You see that little black crept in here, so we're gonna do that, and now we put it over her foal. It's not nearly light enough, so we'll bring it up here. Still get all that junk in there. 37, 31, 5. It actually is a color you'll see some horses have. Ugh. That's strange. There. I was looking at a screen over here on Facebook and it didn't show me having done anything. I mean, that's What was even having Susie? Okay. Okie dokie. So I got the two horses colored. And so, pause. Color should be right about here. Get rid of the black. Okay. So I want I'm going to make a smaller brush. His color here. Okay. And color of his. Okay, more like a 44. 34. Maybe 20, maybe a little. Yeah, 25 would be better. And maybe crank this up a little bit. Uh, crank this down a little bit. Maybe that's it. Now, I'll give you a little secret of what I do here. Once I get this thing colored in so I don't get too distracted. This color, this color, this color, all in stair steps. They all fuse and become related to each other, so we get a cohesive group. What time is it? After 12, been doing this a couple hours. I don't think I want to do it too much longer. I'm tired. And I'm not in that huge a hurry. I don't have a backlog of these things. So, so then I move this down like that. Don't want any black in that. Black goes back and rears its ugly head, and but I want more cyan in that. Less magenta. Or yellow. Let's try that. Blue Boy's pants. Yep, well, do. Yeah, they're different. Okay, and then we need a common boot color. Hmm. Try that. Okay. Let's do that. Yeah. By doing that, you just deepen the value of it just a tiny bit, and it helps. And bring the hat color, Blue Boy's hat color, up a little bit. Let me see. A little less magenta. 37. A lot less cyan. 30. Try that. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh boy. Okay, let's just add skin color. Oh, well, probably shouldn't have too much cyan in there. Magenta, yellow, 35. 30. Okay, let's just try that. Not too bad. Probably needs, yeah, it's too close to that. Okay. Over here, down here. Okay. Well, that's not a bad idea. That's what's bad. Oops, didn't like that. Okay. Okay, now probably a kind of a grayish glove for that. Not having to resort to yep, not having to resort to black and white. Ah, missed his arm. Okay. And that one too. Okay. And a little, just a slight hit of his wrist. And greenish gray. Uh, and then it's over here. Okay, I'm gonna do the fences, then I'm gonna head out. Treat Friday like it's Friday. Maybe it'll work a little bit on my Kickstarter page. Write my story, fill out all the rewards and everything like that, which I'm going to add so many daggum rewards. It's going to be ridiculous. Because I'm going to spend a month doing these reward prints and all types of stuff and creating t-shirts and stuff like that. It's going to be cool. Tell my Pratt friends about it, all my Missouri State people, friends about it, all my Hillcrest High School friends about it. Okay. Over here. There. Okay. So, I think that's where I'll leave it. Been doing this 2.5 hours, and that's good enough for a Friday. Now, finish this up on Monday. Give me something to do, and I'll probably do another drawing. I'm going to do a drawing of Ida Mae and Hixie, the redheads, because they play a big part, especially in the second book. But I want to have some cool stuff, and I'm going to have so much stuff ready for this Kickstarter campaign. It's going to be ridiculous. So there we go. Do it like this, and also save it to cloud. Save, bud. Save. Okay. Yeah, take a few seconds to get that done. Then, open preview. Did you find it? Okay, good. Open recent. Oh, crap. Oh, dang. Put it in scans. Don't have it. How about on screen? I'll just do this one. Yeah, the old one. Who cares? So here we go. I will be back on Monday morning. It's a 3-day-a-week affair now. But the book is finished. Now I'm just doing rewards for my Kickstarter campaign, which should start November 12th. So I will see you on Monday.